Bettercap. We're going to take a look at Bettercap in this video. So let's get started. So if we type in Bettercap in our terminal, I'm on Parrot OS, by the way. You can use Kali Linux if you want to, it doesn't matter. Anyways, so what is Bettercap? Well, have you ever heard of Intercepted? This is like a better version of Bettercap, but it's got a lot more modules in it. So Bettercap is a tool that basically can perform a lot of things from network, from network discovery, from ARP spoofing, and a lot of other stuff. So if we type in help, because it says here, type help for a list of commands. So if we type help, we've got on the left side here, we've got all these different commands. So these are not actually commands itself, these are actually modules. So you can see it says modules. These individual modules do something specific. So you've got arp.spoof. This will perform ARP spoofing tasks if you enable it. This one down here will probe the network. This one here will do some network reconnaissance. This module here will perform network sniffing. So you've got all these different modules that can perform a certain task and action, which is pretty cool. So for example, we can actually go ahead and if we type in help and then a module name, so if we type help let's say recon, we've got all this information about that module and what we could do with it. So if we type in this command net.recon on, it's going to start network hosts discovery. So if I do net.recon on, you can see already, it's already found endpoints. It's already found other devices on my network. Pretty cool, right? So I just want to disable that. I don't need that running. But if we type in help again, let's go back. Let's see. Now, obviously, if you go and visit an insecure website, you can capture packets, etc. But I just want to show you how the tool works because I thought this was a really cool tool to, play around with and, learn more about it. You could do recon, sniffing, probing. That's interesting. You can even perform a DNS spoof attack as well, but we want to do ARP spoofing because that's what we want to do. So without further ado, let's type in arp.spoof to understand this module. So it says here parameters. So we can actually set parameters here. So it says here, this ARP spoof full duplex. If this is true, both the targets and the gateway will be attacked, otherwise only the target. If the router has ARP spoofing protections, this will make the attack fail. So certain routers, maybe your router, running this tool might not even be able to work because your router probably has ARP spoof protection on. But most routers or some routers might not have this enabled. So you can still perform ARP spoofing tasks and attacks. You got to make sure that net probe is on. You don't have to have recon on, but if you want, you can have it on. Net probe can be on and run at the same time. Net sniffing needs to be on. So if you do net.sniff on, it's going to go ahead and perform ARP spoofing now. So the ARP spoofing module is now running, which means it is already working. So all you need to do now is enable this module to make sure that it's actually picking up the traffic and sniffing the traffic and capturing those packets for you to analyze and look at. So now once you've done that, you should start seeing packets coming in. So if I do help net, okay, there we go. So now you can see that traffic is coming through and it's actually querying through the packets starting to come through. If I do help arp.spoof, so that's set to true. My computer on my network, my Windows 11, my iMac, my phone, it's actually getting picked up already. The traffic on my network, there's stuff happening in the background. On my iMac computer, I actually have Cursor open and it's, calling to some sort of API endpoint. So everything that's happening on my Windows 11 computer can also be picked up. It's actually tricking the other devices on the network to think that I'm the router before it gets to the router. All the traffic that's coming in through now, through Bettercap, it's coming from my desktop PC, my iMac, my phone. All this traffic is coming through my laptop on Parrot OS, thinking that it is the router. This is what you call a man-in-the-middle attack. And right now, all the traffic that you see happening on my network is coming through the devices to my laptop, which is running Parrot OS, running Bettercap, and then it's going to the router. So it's actually tricking the other devices into thinking that I'm the router on the network, which is pretty cool. So ARP spoofing with Bettercap is definitely still relevant. In the next video, we'll go into more detail about Bettercap. See you then.